What a great match to end this show. Pro Wrestling Noah Sunny Voyage on October 7th, 2024, Tokyo, Japan. This saw all Rebellion, that's Alejandro, Cristobal, Kaito Kiyomiya, and Kenoh, take on Atsushi Kotoge, Masa Kitamiya, Takashi Sugiura, and Ulka Sasaki in a 24-minute elimination match, which means I loved it. If you're going to give me multi-person matches like 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5, or even more, they have to be elimination like this. It makes all the difference in the world. Let me tell you my favorite story here. Now, this was another preview match of Kaito Kiyomiya versus Masa Kitamiya coming up on the 14th, and it was excellent. Always love watching those two go at it. It was awesome. But my favorite thing here is Takashi Sugiura taking on none other than Alejandro. Takashi Sugiura doing one hell of a job making Alejandro a much bigger deal. Now, he isn't selling to him like, Gunther might sell to Sami Zayn. It's not that ridiculous. But he does it in a realistic way. Like, his overconfidence costs him. Alejandro's speed and high-flying ability surprise and take back Takashi Sugiura, his quickness and what have you. It's done perfectly, and it's my favorite part of this matchup. But all of it was good. I'm not going to sit here and run down this whole match, 24-minute match, play for play. Blow for blow. But let me tell you, like I said, Alejandro versus Sugiura was awesome. Cristobal going in there and doing his bird flapping that he does. It sounds silly, but that's a nice little taunt that really annoys those that he wrestles. Kaito Kiyomiya being in there against anybody, but especially he was down against Masa Kitamiya and Ulka Sasaki at the same time towards the end of this match, and it was incredible to show you how great Kaito Kiyomiya is taking on those two beasts, those two monsters, those two excellent wrestlers, power and technique. Just beautiful stuff. Kenoh versus Takashi Sugiura is a match I will never tire of. You get them in there against each other. God, I remember when they were a team. How awesome was that? But you get them in there together against each other, and it's just something fight forever, I guess you might want to say, as corny as that is. Let's just take a look at how this ran down. Takashi Sugiura started the eliminations by eliminating Cristobal at about 7 minutes. At about 2 minutes after that, Kenoh eliminates Atsushi Kotoge. And then at about the 14-minute mark, with 10 minutes left in the match, Takashi Sugiura took out Kenoh, gave him a big boot off the side of the apron when Kenoh was on the apron. And then at the 16 mark, 2 minutes after that, Alejandro eliminates Takashi Sugiura. Looked a little bit like a botch, like he sort of ran into him, did a side body splash onto him as Sugiura was on the towards the apron. Sugiura flipped over the ropes, but didn't quite make it, sort of got stuck, didn't go the whole way over. So they improvised, but they improvised well. It didn't feel like a botch completely the way Alejandro came back, hit a couple more moves. Sugiura did not fall out after the first one, like he didn't auto-correct and okay, now I'll fall out. Noah is so good, so smart, so smooth. I freaking love it. But when Alejandro climbed to the top rope and gave a missile drop kick with Sugiura on the apron, that is when Sugiura went out. Immediately after that, about 15 seconds after that, Alejandro is eliminated. He's in there with Ulka Sasaki, but Sasaki didn't really eliminate him. He threw him toward the ropes, and Alejandro, in his obsession with Takashi Sugiura, just dove over the top rope, spread eagle, and landed all over Takashi Sugiura. It's like he didn't care. Alejandro didn't care. He just wanted to get on Sugiura even more, and he did. And it might sound a little weird, but I kind of liked it because Alejandro is so pumped that he's under the skin of a beast, of a monster, of a killer like Takashi Sugiura, and it worked. I liked it. That meant Kaito Kiyomiya was in there alone with Ulka Sasaki and Masa Kitamiya, and he took a beat down for about 4 minutes, finally eliminating Ulka Sasaki when he charged Kenoh or when he charged Kiyomiya and he pulled down the top rope. Not my favorite move, but it looked okay this time. And it was Kaito Kiyomiya against Masa Kitamiya. Like I said, for about the last 4 minutes of the match, a direct, beautiful preview of their upcoming GHC Heavyweight Championship match. And Kaito Kiyomiya gets the win after 3 Shining Wizards, 1 to the back of the head and 2 to the front, including that modified one where he pulls his head into his knee, giving the win to All Rebellion. What a team this is! What a faction! They're really getting over with me. They're silver and red colors, and they're coming out together, and they're doing the little pointing in their fists, and it works for me. They're in the crowd. Just looks good. This made up for this show. This show wasn't the best Noah show I've ever seen overall. The last several matches really made up for it, which means I'll give this show a 7 out of 10. I loved the first match. Those End Innovation matches, whatever they're setting up, I didn't love them. They weren't bad wrestling. I've said that when I previewed them, but when I reviewed them, I'm sorry. But they just didn't excite me. It was kind of odd, kind of weird. The teams were mismatched and didn't do much for me. But honest to God, these last two matches were so good, they almost make up for all of it. But I'll still give it a 7 out of 10. It's Pro Wrestling Noah. Of course I'm going to love it because I'm the wrestling snob, Adam Lavelle of WrestlingDoneRight.com. And you can find all my social media links there. Please follow me everywhere. I only talk about wrestling, mostly Pro Wrestling Noah and Marigold, the two best wrestling organizations on the face of the planet. But I'll drop a dime on another company here or there, or if I'm asked. But thanks for joining me. Please subscribe to the YouTube, and I'll be back before you know it.